Okay, here is an update video of my garden, and I wanted to give a wide angle shot. It's been maybe about 2.5 weeks since I've done a video of my garden, and I want to show what's going on now here. Now this one right here, see how my tomato plant is doing? It's really looking good. I don't know how much bigger these tomatoes are going to get. They are looking mighty good. Here I've got two that are actually up under there, if I can show. So those are some nice sized tomatoes. And I've got a couple of more growing here. So that's 2, 4, 6, and then another one right there, 7. And I have other flowers that are growing, about to bloom. Hopefully they'll give me some tomatoes in there. So that's my determinate tomato plant. And you see how contained it is. It's not growing wild. And then I've got my indeterminate tomato plant. And you see it's kind of all over the place, and I didn't put any cage around it. This is my first time doing it, and then when I thought about going and doing the cage, I thought, oh, it may be too late. I don't want to damage the roots. And then I started getting some tomatoes on it, so I was like, oh, this is great. So I've got about 10 tomatoes on this one, and they're all over the place here. So I've got another one over there. So see, I've got flowers on this tomato plant. And this is the one that you cut the bottom leaves. So I did that, and I don't know if it was a coincidence, but I mean things just started happening after I did that. So there's my tomato plant. Then here's my cucumber plant. I went on and I gave up my makeshift trellis, and we actually had this here in the yard. It was in the front yard, and I forgot I pulled it out and stuck it to the side, and I said, oh, I've got a little trellis. I can put this, kind of weave this cucumber plant on, because it is really looks like it's taking off. And I had a lot of cucumber flowers that were blooming, and then they were dying. But this really looks like I'm going to get some cucumbers in a little bit. This is a nice size one right there. And, of course, I've got these two right here, beautiful flowers. And I'm going to come around. You can see the front of it. It's binding really nicely here. And I'll come in closer and you can see some of these little cucumber flowers. They're trying to do something here. And I've got one, oh, this one right here. This is the biggest one here. And I've got another one, there we go, in there. So, nice looking cucumber plant. And once I think also once I got it off of the tomato plant, because it was really all over the tomato plant. And both of them really started, I guess, flourishing after I kind of got control of this cucumber plant. This one is my Golden Wonder yellow pepper plant, and so far it's just been growing. I guess I don't think it's really been flowering, and I think I've got a few little buds in here. Okay, then this one, I've got these two pepper plants. This is my peppercini pepper plant, and this one, it had a pepper already on it, but these 3 peppers right here have just taken off. So I'm excited about that. This one still has the one lone pepper on it, but it's supposed to become a red pepper, and it's supposed to become or get a lot bigger. So it actually is, it's getting bigger. So that's it for those pepper plants. Then I've got my 2 zucchini plants, zucchini squash. That's one here and another one right here. And one thing about this zucchini squash plant, there's a lot. It's been blooming really nicely. You see those in here? Let's see if I can show you this one. It makes a beautiful flower, but they're all male flowers. And the way I can tell is that at the bottom of the flower, you see just a stem like that. So it doesn't have the zucchini fruit, but it makes a beautiful flower. So far, I haven't had any zucchini fruit showing on that. This is my okra plant. I'm just so happy about this okra plant. I cut off 3. I cut off one maybe about 2 or 3 days ago, and then this morning I went on to cut off a couple of more, and I've got 2 more growing here, and I know the more you cut, the more it grows. So I've got one right there, and I've got another one right there. It's looking good. So I am ready to make some stewed okra. Just some okra and some tomatoes out of my garden. I'm good. This one is my basil. So this is the one that I actually harvested some basil off of it and washed it and cut it up, put it in a little food processor, put a little bit of olive oil, just a little bit of olive oil, and a little bit of lemon juice just to preserve the color, and chopped it up real good and put it in a plastic sandwich bag and stuck it in the freezer. This herbalist that I saw on a YouTube channel, that's what she did, and she said you just break off how much ever you need of the basil whenever you're cooking. So of course, when I cut, the way she was saying you should cut it off, I was kind of concerned at first because I was taking off a lot of my basil. But all of this is new basil that has grown since I cut. All of that is new. So I'll be harvesting basil quite a bit, and it smells wonderful. It smells so delicious. And that's my tomato. And I need to figure out what I need to do with this cilantro. It has flowered and seeded and everything else, and looks like it's dying down here. I'm going to find out how to keep some of these seeds, because I really want to keep the seeds and go on and plant it for the fall weather, since it's a cooler weather herb. Instead of buying another one, just want to try to keep these seeds. But I just haven't had time to kind of learn how to do that. And of course, my mint is still out here. And my oldest just came out here and picked some mint leaves off of here. They love the mint leaves. And my thyme still looking really good. I'm going to have to start harvesting this thyme and putting it away. Find me some good jars to put them in. And maybe I could just have my own dried thyme leaves instead of buying some in the store. But that is it. My garden is really coming along. I'm so happy how things are turning out. And we'll be eating, I'm hoping to eat some cucumbers pretty soon. Those cucumbers are looking really good. And as soon as these tomatoes turn red, I am ready to dive into them. But that's it. So I'll update you probably in the next couple of weeks. Bye.